What is up, ShadowZone fans? And might I say, happy Sunday to everybody. And a happy Mother's Day to every mother out there that is doing her best to raise those children. And even if you're a single father, hey, this day counts for you too, buddy. Ain't that right, Dylan?
That's right.
So, as most of you know, today is my last day of being the host of Shadow Zone. Melissa Ewing, hi guys. Hi Missy. Um, my nephew here, Dylan James, is going to be taking over the Shadow Zone podcast as of next week. So I'm very excited for that. I'm going to be his co-host for a little bit until he gets the reins right, and then I'm going to let the little birdie free. Ain't that right, Dylan James?
That is indeed right. I'm going to be trying to do a lot. I'm going to be trying to improve on whatever I can and hopefully try to be myself.
Well, I can't wait for it to happen. PD Regional Paranormal says, hey, Parafam. That's right. What's up, Parafamily? Andy says, what's up, fellas? What's going down, Andy? Good to see you here, brother. And speaking of Parafam, Parafam is actually a new studio. And we'll get more into that next week. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a powerhouse studio. Unless PD Regional Paranormal gives me permission to let the cat out of the bag. But, there's so many things going on with global behind closed doors right now that I actually have to step away from the podcasts for a while to help out with everything. Hence why Dipstick over here is taking over. You just a mute little mouse over here? What? I mean, say something, would you?
Something. I'm trying to
Thank you.
stay quiet. There's a lot of noise over here, man.
Well, the fans are used to that, dude. You're in the recording studio, man.
Ah, okay. Well, hello everyone over there. Hello everyone at home.
uh, I wanted to talk to you guys about Parathrashed actually as well. We've been airing and saying it's going to be debuting for a while now, and we actually had a studio meeting about this this particular podcast, and we feel here at Global United that this may be a little much for the company and maybe a little much for our sponsors. So we are making Parathrashed a YouTube special. And I will keep you guys updated on this and let you know when it's going to debut and what channel it's going to debut on. There's going to be a whole new channel. PD and Global don't want anything to do with this podcast because it might affect our sponsors with what I have to say.
But I can tell
Right?
you this. It's going to be a thrashingly good time.
Oh, yes. Brian Horton says, what's up, brothers? Hey, what's up, man? Tell your old lady I said happy Mother's Day. And if you want to come on the podcast, let me know. So, Dylan, tell me a little bit about your plans for wanting to take over the podcast, man. I mean, I know we haven't really discussed anything yet, but let the audience know what they're in for, man.
All right. All right. So, I'm hoping to at least like improve just the name global, right? Trying to get more viewers out there and also trying to live up to the name Brian James. I got big shoes to fill, so it's going to be kind of hard. But I know how I'm going to do it. It's just trying to be able to do it. It's trying to be me, which is hard, especially when you're on camera, having multiple people looking at you. So it's one thing that I think is going to be the hardest thing is just trying to be me.
Mm. You know what I think about you being you?
What is it?
that you ain't good enough to be on my podcast, buddy. Just playing, just playing.
Well, all right. Well, I think that one hit hard. Goodbye, guys. I'm
I
leaving the
think you're gonna
podcast.
do. I think you're gonna do an excellent job, man. And just to let you guys know as well. Oh, even Brian Horton says you got this.
I'm trying to have faith in myself. That's another thing I think is going to be hard.
To let everybody know, the Global United Studios is going to be up and running along with PD Region Studios, plus a Surprise Studio and Bleeding Violin Studios are all working together now. And let me tell you what, some of the content out of this is amazing. And to let you guys know as well, Paratech is on its way to be up and running. So you guys have a lot to look forward to. And I'm gonna probably get in trouble for doing this, but since I can't show the Parrot Thrash uh, podcast with the fans, I do, however, want to show you what me and Robert Humphreys created for Parrot Thrashed when we were gonna air it on Facebook and YouTube.
So you're going to be showing a sneak peek, eh?
Oh no. I mean, it's going to look somewhat like this, but Parathrashed is going to be totally different since it's just going to be its own YouTube channel. But here you go, guys. Now, that was the Parathrashed intro. That is what me and Robert Humphreys came out with. And that's a banging intro, but we're going to come up with an even better one for Parathrashed once we have the YouTube built and we're ready to debut. Couldn't be too long now, actually. Melissa Ewing says you're going to do great. PD Region Paranormal says you got it, bro. Just stay focused and find your purpose and direction of the show. Melissa Ewing says loving the music. Thank you. We have the rights to that music as well, thanks to Robert Humphreys.
And thank you, everyone, for the support.
Raymond says, damn right. You damn right, brother. So, Dylan, you've been studying a lot of podcasts lately, man. And I think you're going to knock it out of the park, brother. You're going to do good.
Well, I've been having to try to study, man, especially knowing that I jumped in and maybe did like 4 podcasts, and then all of a sudden now I'm going to become the face of it and become the host of it. So I had to do my studying and try to learn as much as I could,
Hell yeah. And everybody, go get yourself a ghost. They're the best thing out there.
Well, hold up. I got to get me one now.
And Raymond G. Newsom says, you got this. And just some about Parathrash. We're not gonna have any guests on Parathrash. I'm gonna have ghost host, meaning I'm gonna have a different co-host every time I do Parathrashed. So Andy said, "Awesome looking intro." I know, bro. Me and Rob worked hard on that one. Brian Horton says the fam's got you back. You damn right we do.
And like I said before, thanks for the support, everyone. It really means a lot.
How does that make you feel, dude? Like, I mean, you got a whole section of this, man, just saying you got this, man. I mean, you got a lot of support behind you, dude.
It, to be honest, it actually makes me feel scared. At the same time, very honored. Scared because of the fact of what if I let them down? That mindset. But at the same time, I'm really excited to try to like prove my own self wrong, to know that I can do it. And I think this. All right, here's the thing. I do think this could be my calling, right? And I really enjoy all this, so I really do want to continue trying to do all this.
The only problem is you're ugly and you talk too much.
I do talk a lot, but I don't think I'm ugly.
That tomato, that's all good.
Indeed.
Now, for those of you who are just tuning in that missed the very beginning, I want to wish everybody in here a happy Mother's Day. And yes, it does count if you're a single dad. You can celebrate both Mother's and Father's Day under the word Mod Day. That's right.
I like that a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. I kind of fancy it myself too. So, fans, if you guys have any questions for Dylan right now, please feel free to ask him. He's an open book. He'll give you any honest answer. And if he does disappoint you guys, I got your backs. I have a special room with a razor whip, and I'm gonna tie him up and give him 50 lashings. And
Hey, don't you promise me with a good time.
all right, we'll make it 55. Holy shit!
All right. Now we're talking.
But in the meantime, man, I mean, you know, the podcast world is a funny thing, dude. They either like you or they hate you.
Oh,
You've got a lot of good charisma.
well, I try to pass off the good vibes. I don't know if am I doing good, guys? Everyone, tell me, am I doing good?
Yeah, you're doing good, man. You're doing good. You're doing good.
To be honest, I think this is the most energy I've ever put out on a podcast.
Well, Brian Horton says yes.
All right, I'm passing.
So, Dylan, let me ask you a question, man.
All right, I'm not good at questions, but I'll take this one.
What would you call a cow that just gave birth?
Uh, don't tell me. Don't tell me. I want to guess this one. Uh, lean beef.
No, man. Decaffeinated.
I've heard that one before.
PD Regional said, who would you like to have as your first guest on your show?
Hmm. Well, okay, let's just think about this for a second. I want to take this to a different level, right? If you think about it, this is technically my first show, right? And the first person I want on my show would be Brian James because he was the previous host of it. So I'd want to try to get as much information from him as I can. Try to really draw the success rate out.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Melissa says, thank you, Brian, and happy Mother's Day, Tater. For those of you who don't know, that beautiful potato of mine, Tater McCraw, is my ever loving goddess, my wife. and we do have two beautiful kids and a bun in the oven. And thank God it ain't doing December like the other two. You know, speaking of Tater, I have a quite the funny story.
Uh
I was giving her kisses, and in the morning, she goes, "Man, you really need to shave your mustache." So I looked at her and I pulled my mustache up and I went, mm. And man, did I ruin the moment because she could not quit laughing. It was adorable. You're doing good, Dylan. Just cut your hair and you'll be just fine. Ha 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 ha. PD Region says, interesting. Raymond says, what's wrong with being born in December? LOL. Well, Raymond, there is absolutely nothing wrong with being born in December. But when you have two kids, one born December 18th and then one born on Christmas Day, dude, it's a little extreme. It's a little extreme on the wallet, man. Brian Horton says bald is beautiful.
I
You
just
are
want you to
absolutely right.
know, whoever commented to cut my hair, I want you out of the stream right now. I will never cut this hair.
Oh, Melissa, you've just been kicked out. Congratulations. So, Dylan, you said you wanted me as your first person, huh? Your first
Yeah,
guest.
my first guess. My first guess. Yeah.
Raymond Newsom says, ha 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 ha. All right, well, let's see. We're 18 minutes in, 19 now. We have a steady viewership. Guess what? Now you're the host. I'm your guest. Go.
Hello, everyone. I am your new host. And am I supposed to be talking? How
Ooh, get a haircut. Get a haircut.
dare you? This is the most. No, I will not get a haircut.
Hey, let me tell you what, man. The only reason I growed my hair long out was so I could make it a different colored mohawk every couple of weeks.
I don't know. I feel like the reason you grew your hair out was to cover them giant ears of yours.
Hey, you should have seen them when I was a kid, man. They were a lot freaking bigger.
Well, then you grew into it.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations. I still haven't. I got some huge ears.
So, you know, I remember back in the days, like around the Napa and Sharp, man.
Ooh, those are the good days.
That's when we had. I mean, you even modeled after me a bright blue mohawk. My mohawk was different colors every week.
Yep. I was
It
only
was
able to
all.
do it 2 colors.
Let's see. PD Region says, I think he should have you and Eldon McInville at the same time, Brian James. Ooh. Yeah, why not bring Global on for your first podcast?
So one thing I do gotta say, I gotta mention this to all the lovely viewers out there. I'm not that well. I don't speak that well with multiple people because it feels to me like it's harder to get a word in. That
Dude.
might be me. That might be me. Other people seem to have j- like capable abilities. They're capable of speaking.
Whoa. Dude,
Uh,
let me tell you something. You're the host of the show. All you gotta say is, gentlemen, and we'll both shut up and be like, yes.
yes. Okay.
And
Yeah.
Melissa
I
says
could
she
interrupt
cannot
like I
have
am
your
right now.
hair
Right?
looking better than hers.
Ah, come on. My hair's not that good. It's not that long. It's not that luscious.
Yeah.
But
You should see the pillow after he gets up. It's all oily and gross.
no way. First of all, my pillow is pink. Okay. So you can't see oil on that as well as you think. And
And don't
most of the
get
time,
fabulous
my
with
hairs
me
are
like
just
that.
wet. Huh?
Don't you get fabulous with me like that. I do what I want.
Putting on a great face for the fans. I love it.
Right, right, right.
All
So,
right. So,
ShadowZone is going to get a complete redo next week. So, I'm really interested in digging something like that out. I might find some old pictures of you, wearing your sister's tutu and, playing in her makeup. And
dang, you're taking it back to the old days. I see how it is.
I'm
You're
just,
taking it back
I'm
to like
just kidding.
California.
Raymond Newsom says as he sips his ghost energy drink, LOL. PD Regional,
It's gone
LOL.
now, but yes, it was very delightful.
Not that I know of. So, but there is a new intro coming and an outro, and I think you'll be quite impressed with it.
Do I at least get a say on how the outro goes, and the intro?
No, you're just you're just a host. You're not a founder. You don't get no say. Sorry.
You know what? You listen here. I know
Hey,
how to edit videos, man.
you keep talking. I'll make it pink fluffy bunnies and glitter everywhere, pal. Welcome to Shadow Zone.
Welcome to Shadow.
Sparkly.
I don't want to make. We can't do those kind of jokes.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Dylan.
I
Where
don't
you
think
at,
those are
guys?
allowed.
Huh? Uh-oh.
Anyway, fans, if you got any more questions for me, please feel free to ask. Like Brian said, I am an open book, willing to ask most things.
He said, Raymond says, because Rob blows it out of the water with those videos. Yes, he does, ladies and gentlemen. That is Robert Humphreys from PD Regional Paranormal. He deserves most of the credit for those. Me
Yep.
and Eldon do help him, but that's mostly Robert.
Yeah, they basically just tell him what to do, and he's like, okay, okay, that's a good note, a side note. Maybe do this.
So, Robert, if you're in here, man, you need to hop on and take a bow, brother.
That's right. Get on in here.
PD says, we thinking on this theme song gonna be interesting. Brian Horton says, I watch, LOL. Yes, he does. He is a good watcher, as we all are. Well, Dylan,
What is up?
you're looking a little more comfortable in front of the camera. You don't seem as nervous. Your acne looks better.
My
You know,
acting?
I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out here, man.
Oh, all right. Well, like I said, I feel like I definitely have more energy, but I think it's because the person I'm in StreamYard with.
That could be taken so many different ways. Not cool,
I mean,
dude.
you in a sense. Uh oh. Wait one sec.
Well, guys, and also make sure to tune in next Thursday as Paranormal Static will be on at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Mackinville Ghost Hour, which I believe they start at midnight Eastern. So that'd be 9 o'clock Pacific. And then Friday at 8 p.m., we have Tiffany's Tarot. And of course, Sunday, we will have Shadow Zone Paranormal Talk with host Dylan James. You, I can see your lips moving and everything, dude, but it really helps if you're going to talk to unmute your mic.
I see that now.
And also, if there's anybody out here in the Spokane area, I want to let you know that the Global United Paranormal Foundation Washington Division is hiring now. So come and join the team today. All you got to do is go to www.globalunitedparafound.com, patreon.com/join us. We're looking for investigators, case managers, technicians. So if that's you and you're in the eastern Washington and northern Idaho area, hit us up. Let us know.
I really like how that would. I really like how that looked. Looked very catchy to the eye.
I know. Me and Robert created that one too.
I think you guys are doing really good.
I'm really digging it, man. I'm really liking it. PD Regional says, question, who is a dream guest you would like to have?
Ooh, I haven't thought about that because I never thought anyone that I would
Well,
ever think about wanting to, get on a podcast would ever come on.
I'll,
But
I'll tell you what, Dylan. You think on that, and we're gonna hear a word from our sponsor.
I just thought about it.
All
So,
right, back to the question, Dylan. Who is a dream guest you would like to have?
all right. So I'm a very big Spider-Man fan, but I'd say that I would either want the old Spider-Man or the Amazing Spider-Man actor to come onto the podcast. I'd love to do a podcast with them because I'm just a huge Spider-Man fan.
That's cool, man. That is cool. You know, my dream podcast would either be Heather Langdon Camp or Robert England.
Yeah, those are really nice ones too.
I
I
gotta
definitely
throw
love to
out
do
Kane Hodder too.
that. Which one?
Kane Hodder.
Surprisingly, I don't know who that is.
Jason Voorhees, brother.
Oh, yeah, like I said, surprisingly.
Dude, he's actually a part of a paranormal team.
What? Really?
Yeah, he teams up with the Hollywood Ghost Hunters. Him, Rick McCollum, and a guy named TA from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3.
Dang, I'm really not up to date on my paranormal teams.
Yeah, they're called the Hollywood Ghost Hunters. I've had Rick McCollum on my show a couple times, dude. He's awesome.
Yeah, I've noticed there's a my brain's farting. There's a few podcasts I've seen you with Rick McCollum in.
Yeah, Rick McCollum's awesome. And just to let you guys know, just because Ghost Energy Drink sponsors us doesn't mean we drink it for that reason. I mean the Swedish fish flavor they have out. I mean it tastes identical to a Swedish fish.
And the Sour Patch ones they also have out taste exactly like Sour Patch. First they're sour, then they're sweet, which is really funny to me because when I first took a drink, I was like, "Whoa, that's weird," and then all of a sudden the sweetness hit, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's exactly like a Sour Patch."
Right?
I think I'm
Raymond
a good ads person. Come on, people. Me, I'm good.
Raymond says that's pretty killer. PD says you better get to studying, bro. Ha
Yeah,
ha.
that's for sure.
Oh, that's great.
Well,
And
like I
Raymond
said,
says he
guys,
has tropical mango Friday. Yeah, the tropical mango is pretty good. I'd have to say my favorite though is the blue raspberry sour patch.
like I said, everyone watching, if you got any questions for me, just ask because I am an open book and I'm willing to answer most questions. Not all, but most.
Your dream guest would be the head leader of the Ghost Bumps.
It's been a while since I heard that name.
Oh my gosh! Every time I hear that name, I
I mean,
can't help it. It makes me chuckle.
Melissa, if you want to get on a podcast with me, I'm very willing to have you on a podcast. That'd be pretty fun, actually.
Oh man.
I'll think about getting DJ on here. Maybe. He was in the SGC for a while. Well, most of the time, actually. Until he went off for Ghost Bumps.
Oh, he quit for a couple years and then started Ghost Bumps, and that failed, and he came back, and he was with us maybe 4 of the 8 years we ran.
Yeah, he was in there for a while. I went to Goosebumps and I did 2 investigations with them. I don't know,
Melissa Melissa claims she's not part of that team.
not anymore.
With a name like that, I wouldn't be part of it either.
Yeah, I did not like the name at all. Actually, I wanted to change it, and yeah, that I feel like we were ripping off a big name.
But she says I'd still go on as a guest.
Hey, hey, I got another guest lined up. Hey, there we go.
Hey, there you go. The blind leading the blind, the blonde talking to the blonde.
That's right. Blondie and Blondie. There's going to be a joke like that made. I guarantee it. In the comments, someone has to make the joke. Blondie and Blondie. Like and then like mix in a joke with it. I want to hear it and I want to read it. But you can't do it now. You got to do it when Melissa's on the show.
All right, now PD region, they're trying to make me cry here. Thank you, boys. That means a hell of a lot to me, man. They say, Brian, just want to say thank you for all the ShadowZone podcasts through the years. Thanks for your service to the podcast, and congrats on the company doing so well. You have stepped up to bigger and better things, bro. Hell yeah, and if it wasn't for PD Regional Paranormal having our backs, man, I don't know where we'd be without our PD boys.
Yeah, without PD, there wouldn't be as much help from me because they've helped me a lot.
You know what? Robert Humphreys, Brian Horton, if y'all get mad, and Eldon, if y'all get mad, I'm sorry. But that new studio we're talking about, guys, is called Parafam Studios. And that is a collision of Global United Studios and PD Region Studios combining into one.
You know,
and it's going to be great.
Thinking on Parathrashed, right? Just thinking of something that would go in that kind of topic. There's a wrestler. I'm not sure if there's multiple wrestlers that do it, but they have like paint that goes down to here, right? And there's a shadow in my camera, and it shows like a shade right there. What kind of what?
I see the shadow.
What kind of wrestler has something like that? What's the name of him?
Let's see. Up here in Spokane, Jesse Madman Lawson. Sting had that little part of his face painted. Raven did at one point in time. I think one of the members of the Ascension did.
That's who I might be thinking about.
Melissa says Blondie and Blondie. Raymond Newsom says they're getting the band back together. Which band, brother? There's
the
so
Blondie
many.
and Blondie band. Come on.
PD Region, Parafam. That is right. We do not preach para-unity. We preach para-family.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too.
Daisy
Lou!
fucking dumbass dog.
Sorry, guys.
I meant to. After a cat again?
Yeah. And this is Goldilocks, he said.
Goldilocks. Is that the name of the band?
It could be.
Well, thanks for giving me an idea, man. I love it.
Goldie and the Three Bears.
Goldie and the Three
Bears. Getting photobombed. It's Daisy Sunday.
Daisy Lou. Nah, she don't know what's going on.
I don't know. She's still looking for that kitty she took off at 90 miles an hour at.
Where is that mother?
Right? Come here, kitty. I don't want to eat you. I just want to play with you.
Let's be friends. You climb up the tree and I'll start barking at you. That's a good game, right?
Right.
All right,
Well, all right, guys. I think we're gonna end tonight.
Whoa. All right, I'm calling a host shot right now. I want to go for about an hour because this is wait.
I'm sorry. Did you say something?
Continue.
Oh, go ahead. Say what you were gonna say. By all means.
There's way too much energy going.
Download the Parapost app network today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, Dylan. I couldn't help myself.
Either people will think I just started crying for a second, or that was a laugh. Either way works with me.
Oh, come on. You got to have tough skin to work in this industry, buddy.
Yeah. I'm fine with anyone saying it was a cry. I'm also fine with anyone saying it was a laugh. I won't tell them what it is.
Brian Horton says, when y'all get to North Carolina, it's going to be fun, LOL. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen. Me and Dylan and the rest of my family by next spring, I should say, will be in North Kagalaki.
Having fun, drinking moonshine, and talking about the birds and the bees.
I'm talking about some smoked brisket, buddy.
And having a lot of barbecues and bonfires.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Download it today. Yeah. LOL.
So, like I was trying to say before, is
Brian
there's too much energy going around, man. What?
What?
I don't know.
What?
I'm sorry. Did I just go robot for a second? Can you hear me now?
Oh, good.
Right.
Yeah, we seem to got a lot of positive energy flowing through here tonight, man.
I can agree with that, which is why I don't want to end it. I want to at least have it go for an hour, which is why I'm calling host right now. You know what I mean? I'm calling the host position. I ain't letting my guests come.
Raymond says, just remember, I won't be that far away. Hell yeah, buddy. We're getting together too. And we're going to have ourselves a fun time. I promise you.
You know, we ain't going to be having no charcoal dressed with lighter fluid, right? Because I cannot eat that for the life of me.
Oh, hell no, dude.
That's good.
We're talking smoke, man.
Marinated for about 3-4 days, then put on the Barbie.
So, we did the opening for ShadowZone. We showed the opening for the Parathrashed podcast that, isn't taking place anymore except for a YouTube special on a complete YouTube channel.
Which I do want to be a guest on that eventually. I do want to be a guest.
Horton says, I don't play that shit, LOL.
That's good. I hate when people do that.
It's like I said, I'm not doing guests. I'm doing co-hosts for nights. So, yeah, you'll be a co-host one night.
All right. There we go.
We smoke with wood, bro.
All
Raymond
right.
says, Parathrashed. That's right, buddy. And I'm telling you right now, if your feelings are hurt easily or you get upset about silly things, Parathrash is not for you.
No, this is 18 plus platform in this moment.
Oh yeah, definitely rated R.
Yeah. Like the rated R superstar, but instead we're just podcast people talking shit.
Oh, and for those of you who are wrestling fans on here, I have to tell you what, I don't think I've seen a better I Quit match than what Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey put on tonight. I
That was a
won't
really
say
good
any,
match.
I won't say any winners. I don't spoil wrestling for people. That's BS. But let me tell you what, it was the best I Quit match I've seen in a long time.
See, I watch a lot of wrestling with my uncle Brian James, and every time I see an I Quit match, I'm usually like I'm rooting for one guy, the other guy wins. The person who I thought was going to win did win. That doesn't say anything because it doesn't. I don't tell you who I like, but the person who I thought was going to win won, and it was a really good match. And there's a lot of good moves and a lot of good submissions in it.
Let me tell you what, man. I mean, we haven't just watched it, man. I mean, we've even been in the ring together.
This is true.
You
You've
know,
spoken to me.
we were both training. I got your mom to sign the waiver, and I mean, we were tag team partners. We were foes. I mean, we royally kicked the shit out of each other in that ring almost on a daily basis.
And it was fun. I enjoyed that a lot.
Absolutely, man. I mean, we were the first ones to get there. We set up the ring halfway before anybody was there. We were
Yep.
the last ones to go home. We helped put the ring away.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time over there. And I think it was very interesting to see how the ring was put together and then how we take it apart. Because it's
Right?
literally just like a bunch of little pieces, is what it seems like. I mean, big pieces, yeah, but a bunch of little pieces put into this big old ring.
Literally, folks, it took us 30 minutes to set up and about 20 minutes to tear down.
Yeah.
Raymond says, especially after I opened my mouth, yeah, it's going to be offensive. Brian Hope says it was awesome. I agree. Melissa says, I'm so jealous. I want to move to North Carolina too. I'll tell you what, Melissa, you can be our maid. You have to wear the French maid outfit. You have to have the feather duster, and you can have free room and board.
There you go.
But only if you wear the peachy outfit. Other than that, you got to pay $200 a month.
That doesn't include water, sewage, or garbage.
Oh, it includes everything.
Oh man, I was trying to amp it up a little bit. Come on, man.
Oh, my bad.
Just a little more.
Oh yeah, $3.95. $3.95. Yeah, $3.95.
$3.95. Push it like a government. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if that's okay to say. Is that okay to say?
There you hear, ladies and gentlemen, the Micah Mike in the background.
Adorable little guy.
Yeah, those are his little happy squeals. He's watching his tablet, being all happy like. So
Yeah, my cousin over there.
we haven't talked. I mean, we've talked about podcasts. We've talked about this. We haven't talked about that.
Yeah.
What are some of the reasons that you yourself got interested in our field?
So the paranormal, in other words. Well, see, okay. So I've seen you go off and investigate all the time when I was young, and it always seemed so interesting to me. It was always one of those things like Okay, this is a little more that I didn't speak on when I was over in PD region in a podcast with them. I'd usually dream about like experiencing these crazy things, but I never did. I'm not saying I ever experienced anything crazy, but I'd always dream about experiencing something like a demonic possession or something like that. And sometimes, yeah, it would startle me because I wasn't sure if I'd ever come across anything like that, and I'm not sure how to handle anything like that. But the thing that mainly got me most motivated to do something like that is seeing you always go out and going to a residential and just investigating, not having really a plan or what kind of words you were going to say, coming just words coming to your mind and you speaking them and having them coming questions and everything. And I would see this and it just started motivating me. At that point I wanted to do exactly what you did and eventually be better. I did want to be better. Yeah, I still want to be better. But I
There ain't
never wanted
nothing
to
wrong
take
with
your
that.
spot. I just wanted to be better and more knowledgeable. But after getting into the field and then after really experiencing what it was that paranormal investigators do, it just inspired me even more to want to do more and want to, experience a lot more. And when that first paranormal experience that I ever had was when my sister just got an attachment and just went limp, which was explained in another podcast. Go check that one out. I had parastatic. Was that
Paranormal.
paranormal static? Go check them out because I was on them. I was on that show. All right, my brain's starting to mesh up a little bit,
Well, you
but
know, dude,
yeah.
I gotta tell you, man. When when you finally hit the age of trainability, and my age limit has always been 15, and I'll train you. You
Hmm.
know, having you and your sister a part of what I did really, really made my life, man. You
Hmm.
know, because here I am sitting with the two kids that I helped raise, and now they're following in my footsteps. And I know damn well if your sister had an opportunity, she'd be down here right along with us in global. But she's off
Yeah.
in Seattle doing her own thing, and I'm hella proud of her. But
Yeah,
I'm
me
hella
too.
proud of you too for stepping up to what you're stepping up to, man.
It like I said, it's a big role, and I got a lot to try to prove.
Most people, think, oh, it's just a paranormal team, and it's just a podcast, and it's really not, man. It's so much more than that, especially to me.
Hmm.
These podcasts are part of my world, man. I live and breathe for podcasts. I mean, this is great. But being a part of Global, being the co-founder of that, man, it it's been life changing.
You know, Getting into my first podcast, I was so nervous. I remember like trying to think about what to say, not really listening. I didn't really listen that well, but my thing was trying to think about the next question. What am I going to say next? And I was so nervous. I remember, and I was shaking. I was like, what do I think next? And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still like that, but being here right now, being in this podcast, I feel really comfortable knowing that, first of all, I have the one man on earth that I would consider my father, and like, that raised me since I was young, raised me to be who I am right now. You know, it's an honor for me to have you on my first podcast. That I'm really trying to show. You know what I mean? I don't know how to
Heck
word
yeah.
that, but yeah, it's an honor to me.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be an honor to be on your show. And as far as Global goes, man, once we hit them investigations, man, it's gonna be on like Donkey Kong.
That's right. I want to be the cameraman again. I loved being cameraman. I was the steadiest hand. Probably not anymore, but I was.
I'm the steady hand. I'm the steady hand.
I have the steadiest hands, guys. You know, I do gotta say again, if anyone does have a question about me, feel free to ask. I'm willing to answer most questions.
Says, book it for Sunday, then, bro. What are we booking for Sunday, PD? I'm a
Yeah,
little
I'm
confused.
confused.
Raymond says, Michael.
Oh, I was
Melissa
confused for a
says,
second.
free room and board and a maid outfit. Okay, I'm in. Woo!
Hey, we
Get
got her.
hot into the collar over here. Melissa in a French maid outfit. Good Lord Almighty, look out, Lord. Well, maybe I can convince my wife to wear one and we can have dual maids.
What? What?
PD Region says, Dylan hosting Brian. Yes, sir, that's going to be next Sunday.
Hey,
Raymond
okay.
wants to know, what's your favorite location?
My favorite location that I've ever done, because if it's my favorite location I've ever done, it would have to be the oldest standing building in Spokane, Hilliard, or Spokane, Washington, Hilliard.
Dude, we just call it the oldest standing building in Hilliard.
You know, I don't understand. No,
Yeah, check it out. I'm
say.
here, boy. This is all part of being a good podcaster. The
Okay.
oldest standing building in Hilliard was erected in the 1890s, originally as a sleep quarter for migrant and regular railroad workers. Then, as time changed, because Hilliard was known as the number one spot in the U.S. to get a car fixed, a car for the train. And as those days died down, it turned into a brothel. Now, Hilliard was its own town. It was Hilliard, Washington, and it was known as one of the nastiest places to go. And it didn't become a part of Spokane until 1931.
Hmm. Okay. It's a
Yeah, a little bit of
lot of
knowledge
history
for
to
you.
know about that place.
I can tell you about the Roxy Event Center too. It was constructed in 1934. It survived the fire at Hilliard.
Hold on. We don't have time to hear stories, okay? This is time for fun, man.
Hey, history is fun, and you have to know
I
your
got a
history.
failing grade on history because I never paid attention.
Well, dude, when you have guests on your show, aren't you gonna want to do the history of them?
Of the guests or of buildings?
Yeah,
Oh,
of the guests.
okay, of the guests. Okay, I see what you're talking about. I thought you were talking about the lovely viewers. Yeah, no. Obviously, I'm gonna have to, try to learn what I can about this person to ask decent questions. But
Exactly.
besides that, I don't like. I never paid attention in history. All that stuff seemed to just go in one ear and out the other.
Raymond says history is awesome. Yes, it is, Raymond.
I just never paid attention in class. Okay.
We'll school you one day, boy. We'll school you one day.
I feel like I'm being schooled right now.
He,
So what's the
he,
what's the next assignment, teacher?
he wants to know your dream location.
Where do I want to be? Like,
Now, what is your dream location to investigate?
oh, okay. This goes from from the other question he had. Okay. A dream location to investigate. Okay. Let me see here. See, I think this was also answered in the paranormal static. And I think I also said this, which was Colfax. But if there is, I did give information on myself on Paranormal Statics. Go check that out if you guys want to know a little more about me. You want
That
muted?
mutant snake was in here after all. Okay, brothers, I gotta head out, but great show and have a wonderful night. Talk to you soon. Big Rod.
All right, later, man.
But yeah, what's your dream place, man? Money's no object. Where are you going?
I said Colfax.
Out of all the places in the world
Okay.
you have,
Okay, you
can
got to understand. I got a small mind, okay? And small minds think about small things. What's in my mind right now is Colfax. That's the only place that I really know about, first of all, and it's the only place that I was interested in because that's the only place that you guys have been to that I haven't really been to. Well, okay, that's a big lie. I'm saying in a sense of where I really wanted to go. I just
boy,
wasn't allowed.
you rookie. We're gonna have to get you some knowledge of other places.
Colfax. Okay, fine. There's another place I want to go, which is the tunnels in Seattle.
There we go. That's a little better.
Thank you. I'm
If
trying.
you ask me, I'm going to Vladimir, or not. What was his name? Vlad the Impaler's castle. Vladimir.
I've I've heard that name before. Is
Vlad
that in history?
Vlad the Impaler was the original Dracula.
Ah. Okay.
He would take the severed heads of his people that he had taken care of, that he had killed, and he put them in front of his castle.
All right, let's save those gory details for Parathrashed.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So I've also heard one other place that I'm interested in. There's apparently a gateway to hell. I want to investigate that place as well. So, okay, I guess the more I think about it, the more there's better options than just Colfax. But you got to also remember that was one of the places I wanted to go growing up.
True that. Raymond.
Oh my gosh, I would love to go there too. But continue.
And the Tsar's Palace in St. Petersburg, Russia. Good luck on getting into Russia.
Let me say this. One thing about the Suicide Forest is that you have to be very careful when you're going in there with recording equipment. You never know what you're going to find, first of all. And if you do happen to come across the body, if you record it, you got to take that out and not put that in a video. I think that just that says that for itself. Another thing you got to do, if you do find a body, you also got to make sure you report it. But that's just one of those areas that's very dangerous to record in because of the fact of what you could find and what you can't put in videos, because you can be, I think, sued or probably criticized. But yeah, that's something very, very sketchy that I don't think I'd record. I think it would just be one of those things. I'd go in with a team and get like EVPs, nothing that has video.
Couldn't say it better, Raymond. That's just respect.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right, guys. We're going to take one final word from our sponsors. We're going to have Dylan's final saying, and then we're going to end the podcast. And ladies and gentlemen, a word from my sweetheart on Mother's Day. As she fights the camera left to right. Anyhow, happy.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Dylan, anything you'd like to say to this beautiful audience before we go on your new epic journey as a host of ShadowZone?
One thing I would love to say is if you haven't tried a Ghost, please go try it. Their brand is good. It looks cool, first of all. So I would buy it for the looks as well as the taste. The taste is phenomenal. They taste anything that they say they are. Like raspberry sour patch is a good one. They taste exactly like that, as well as they have the first they're sour, then they're sweet aspect in it. Another thing is that the commercial for that, from what we are doing, by the way, it looks amazing. You guys are doing great. Brian and Humphreys, you guys are doing phenomenal. It looks amazing.
Don't forget out.
And Eldon as well. Yes. Next Sunday, I do believe, Brian, you're going to be coming back on here with me, and you're going to be doing another podcast with me. So we're going to be doing another show together, hopefully having this exact same energy, because this is great. This
is going to be on the other foot, so you better prepare for a superstar to be on your show.
That's right. That's right. I'm going to have to prepare. So I have to have some good questions. Or we could just do this again and just goof around.
Oh, no.
I did enjoy.
We'll goof around, but you're going to podcast me, damn it.
Okay, fine. I'll do it.
And just to let you guys know, we may have started off as ShadowZone here tonight, but I played the Parathrash intro. And because Parathrash won't be played on these channels, we're going to do the Parathrash outro tonight.
Oh, am I already done speaking? Is that how it is?
When you're on my show, yeah.
You're on my show now.
All right, not till midnight tomorrow.
Everyone, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you, everyone, for coming in and communicating with us. You guys were awesome. Brian, thank you for having me today, as well as thanks for coming, because somehow I became a guest and then the host. So thanks for coming and thanks for having me.
Hey, well, thank you for having me and coming to my show.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
To all you members out there, happy Mother's Day. And remember, folks, just because I'm not hosting these shows doesn't mean y'all ain't going to see my ugly mug again.
And also, happy Mother's Day for the single fathers out there. Just because you are a single dad doesn't mean you can't play the role as mom and dad.
Very well said, sir. So remember, folks, next Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific, Paranormal Static. And then at 9 p.m., there will be the Mackinville Ghost Hour. Friday night is Tiffany Tarot at 8 p.m. And Sunday is the new debuting show of ShadowZone 2.0 with the new host, Dylan James in his house.
Give it up! Yeah!
All right, guys. Remember, I love each and every one of you. Have a hauntingly good night.
And a ghoulishly good day.